The cast and guests of Inside Iost do not intend to convey investment or financial advice. Please do your own research before choosing to buy or sell any digital assets or cryptocurrencies. All right, insiders, welcome back to another action-packed week. I'm here with Josh Bryant inside the Inside Iost studio. We got a crazy presentation or something going on behind us, so I'm going to try to keep it down.
Ignore that.
I guess it's an Iost blockchain conference is going on in our lobby of our office because, you know, we're the happening spot for all things Iost. And this week, we've got an action-packed episode. As I said before, we're going to do an interview a little bit later with OnBlock. They've got a ton of new stuff coming out. They've got an exchange. They've got a new roadmap. Plus, they've got a way for you to earn some emoji tokens. And we're going to talk a little bit about what emoji tokens are as well. All that's coming up later in the episode. But before we get into any of that, Josh, you've been working so hard on our website.
I have been,
We're all proud of you.
Thank you.
We've hinted to our community a little bit. You know, if you're a true insider, you might have heard that there might be a way for you to purchase Iost on our website. Now, we've launched the widget. Tell us about it.
Yes, it is on the website. It's now live. We've been looking for a way for a long time for insiders to be able to easily buy Iost. And up until now, you have to go out to Binance or KuCoin and purchase BTC or ETH and then do the exchange there and then send it off to your wallet. Well, we've put a widget on our InsideIOST.com webpage, and we're working with an exchange called Change Now. So if you go to our homepage, you'll see the widget there, and you can send your crypto directly to the Change Now widget and get Iost in return. So if you're on the homepage right now, it starts out with, if you send, for instance, 0.05 BTC, and you can click on BTC right there with a little drop-down arrow and scroll down. There's all kinds of different cryptos that you can pay with, all listed right there. Yep. So
they even have Tron.
Tron is in there. You can search for something up above if you want to type something in there. I think they have like over 170 different cryptos that they work with. And behind the scenes, it's all doing exchanges on these big platforms like Binance, and you know they've just got an API that's plugged into all these platforms.
Right.
That's how it worked.
It's cool too that they have. Like, I just searched BNB here. They've got Binance Coin, the ERC20, and the mainnet listed, which is really cool.
So I just myself purchased some Iost with BNB. I selected BNB, right? And then you can select the amount that you want. So you could put in one, for instance, if you want to send one BNB.
If you're a big-time spender like our boy Josh
$30 right now. And it'll calculate how many Iost you'll get in exchange. So then hit the exchange button, and it brings up a pop-up window. And here's where you're going to type in your wallet address. So after you've created your wallet on InsideIOST.com, you'll have your own wallet name. You put that in there, right? And so that's your recipient address. Go ahead. You can hit it. You can put it in there. Well, yeah. Then hit next. And here's the confirmation. And so it's showing you that you're exchanging one BNB for 3,353 Iost. And you can even hit confirm here. It's not going to do anything to your wallet. It'll just take you to the next screen. Okay, so here's the screen where it gives you the address that you need to send your BNB to. And there's the address right there. So you would go out to somewhere where you're storing your BNB, whether you got BNB on Binance or you have it stored on your ledger. And you'll send it to that address, and you'll put that extra ID there into the memo line. And you send it out the door. And 10 minutes later, the exchange is confirmed, and you should see the Iost sitting right there in your wallet.
And this is huge, too, because with Binance, there was a big announcement, I think it was early last week, that Iost is not going to be listed on their U.S. exchange.
That's right.
So using something like this would actually be, for U.S. people, or people who aren't able to access that Binance, whatever their global platform is going to be, this could be one of the few ways for you to actually get your hands on some Iost.
Yeah. I think come September, they're going to lock down, they're going to geofence their Binance.com, which is going to lock U.S. folks like us out. And so we're going to have to go different places to get Iost.
So get used to using the tool now so that when that happens, you'll know exactly what you need to do. Now, Josh, I'm going to ask you a question on the spot here. Is there any roadmap for a fiat to Iost conversion through this Change Now widget inside IOST.com.
Yeah, so I'd like insiders to be able to pay with fiat, pull out their credit card and pay. That depends on the Change Now, though. They have to be able to accept it, and they do have it on their roadmap. So if you go out to the Change Now website, you'll see that credit card purchases are coming soon.
Right.
So it's on their roadmap, and so it's on our roadmap as well.
Yes, and on the last show, you might have seen that we have this new Create IOST account for free. If you click on that button, it will take you to this familiar page.
Before we go out there, I just want to mention one other thing back on the widget, which is you can also sell your IOST through that widget too. So it's not just buying, it's also selling. You would just, in the sell section, you would select IOST that you want to sell.
So
and then you
select
can put
the IOST here.
Yeah, so put that in there.
And then,
and then you can sell it for whatever you want to sell.
I get it.
You can buy and sell.
You can buy and sell inside IOST. We're letting you do pretty much anything you want to do.
Everything you want to do.
You can run wild with inside IOST. But if you do go to the big rollout of what we created last week, you'll see now that to actually deposit IOST into your wallet, we've removed that big long section and all the complicated steps of creating a KuCoin account or a Binance account, and just simplified it with this deposit IOST in your wallet using the Change Now widget. Again, the whole point of this was to make it as simple as possible for people. So head over to insideiosd.com to take a look at that.
Yeah, and once you go over to the voting one on the far right too, just want to point out here that you can vote for Inside IOST on this page and unstake, and you can also claim your bonus rewards all through this page. So
now, unfortunately, I don't have any bonus rewards. I guess I'm some kind of loser, but I can stake my vote for Inside IOST, and it's really easy to just, if you want to earn some of the top rewards out there, which Inside IOST happens to be one of the top yielding nodes, not investment advice, but you can stake all of your rewards there. I can click vote very easily. iWallet comes up, confirm it, and in a matter of no time, I am voted for Inside IOST. I'm staked there.
Yeah, and same thing with claiming your rewards too. You would just click on that button when you have some rewards. It'll bring up the confirmation through iWallet. Just happens in a snap. You'll see right away the votes that the IOST go in to available for voting. So you can claim all your bonus rewards right here on InsideIOST.com.
InsideIOST.com. We're always improving, always bringing the people what they want. So let's move on to some of the news from this week. The big news out of IOST was basically the first IRC20 token, and that is Emogi, Emogi. It's on this wildly popular Bermi app, or this dApp rather. And Emogi, basically what it is, it's the in-app currency for this app called Bermi, which is pretty popular actually. And we're going to dive into that a little bit. But there's 4 ways that you can basically earn the Emogi token on the Bermi app, and that's by creating content. So it's very similar to like a TikTok or a Snapchat or something like that, where people are creating the content, people are interacting with their content. Making referrals is the second way to do it. Take the Bermi challenge.
The Bermi challenge.
The third way is to finish the new user challenges in the reward center. And we actually aren't able to see this, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But then the fourth way is checking in daily, and you'll be able to earn these Emogi tokens. But one of the things that I did want to bring up, if you go over to bermi.tv/en, if you're an English speaker, this Bermi app, or this Bermi dApp rather, is actually really robust, and they've got a ton of downloads. I think I saw somewhere that they've got like 5 million downloads. And if you check them out on the Google Play Store here, in reviews alone, and this is just on the Android platform, they got 41,000 reviews with a 4-star average. So that's pretty good. That's
impressive.
That's very impressive. There's not a lot of dApps out there that have that kind of clout. And really, I think this is very exciting for IOST. This is very exciting to see that one of our our pilot kind of projects that's creating on top of the IOST platform has been this successful. In this with its centralized version, and now it's introducing an IOST-based in-app currency that can really turn some heads.
Super exciting. I mean, a lot of blockchains are looking for a killer dApp, and I think this has the possibility of maybe being something like that. A lot of people use, TikTok is
like the new one that everybody's on.
So these kind of media tools, I think, could really catch on, and being decentralized and not censorable, there's going to be more and more demand for that. So I'm really excited to use this. We have to do like a demo of this tool on a future show.
Yeah, and so here's the one issue that's happening right now, which I'm sure is on the roadmap for them, but we can't get it on the American iOS store right now, so it's a little bit, iffy as to showing demos. But hopefully, if it's on their roadmap, we'll be able to bring that up and do that on an episode, show you guys how to use it, because I know you love our demos so much. But speaking of demos, good friend of the show, Mr. Jason Stallings. He is the block producer behind Block Arcade and the game Stackwave. And I wanted to give Jason a huge shout out and actually run through the Stackwave game. So if you head over to Block Arcade with a period between the A and the DE at the end, it'll bring up this little Stackwave. We're just going to play Stackwave. I think the minimum amount that you have to use to play is 10 IOST. So I'm going to hit play Stackwave. I'm going to get prompted by iWallet. And what we're going to do here is play an arcade game that actually takes me back to my childhood. And basically what you have to do is you have to stack these blocks up. And they move back and forth at a different pace. Oh, God, I'm already screwing it up. I'm really bad at this. All right, so I already lost, but after the game's over, you do a confirmation again. That's actually to accept the TIX token, I believe. I didn't look too much into that. Sorry, Jason. I know you're like probably pulling your hair out with this demo. But I do want to dive into a couple other things and why I think the TIX token is actually really a cool thing, and it's actually going to really turn into something that we haven't seen before in any of these online games. So first of all, this is a skill-based game. It's not a gambling dApp. It's nothing like dice or anything like that. This game used to be in the arcades when we were kids, and if you got to that major prize at the very top, basically you need to stack the blocks up, and if you get to the minor prize, you win what you deposited times like 1.1. Mm-hmm. If you get to the major prize, then you win a much larger prize. And It's all skill-based. The arcades back in the day, they used to be fixed so that it was like 1 in every 250 people or whatever.
So it really wasn't even skill-based.
It wasn't skill-based. It was just kind of bullshit. But this is actually skill-based. It does get a lot harder up there. Mm-hmm. And I think you win like a tenth of the prize pool, the total prize pool once you get to the major. So if someone's really good at this game, you can sit there and win quite a bit. But I do want to dive into some of the things that make this unique. One of them is the leaderboard. And you see I'm now ranked 14th on the leaderboard. But for your score, if you're maintaining one of these top 10 scores, you actually earn a dividend, which is really cool, which is the TIX token. Huh. And then the other thing is the prize exchange. And basically, if you earn a certain amount of these TIX tokens, then you can change them back into IOST or iPlay, or another IOST or IOSTBC, which I'm not even sure what that is. And I actually spoke with Jason. He's looking into basically allowing you to exchange your TIX tokens for NFTs that will represent a physical item, like a T-shirt that has, Block Arcade design on it or something really cool. Like he's got these awesome 80s retro designs. You get the NFT, and then you can exchange it, and he'll actually ship you a T-shirt, which is really cool. Like basically, it's coming to life in front of our eyes.
What does the NFT stand for?
So NFT is a non-fungible token. It's a token that doesn't have any copies
I'm showing my
of itself.
ignorance here.
Yes, right. So it's just a token that would basically represent a physical item. It doesn't always have to represent a physical item, but it's non-fungible, meaning it doesn't have any other pairs. It's just one-of-a-kind token, and it's provable that you can say that this token represents this item.
Gotcha.
There's also semi-fungible tokens, which would be like in a video game if there's a certain skin that you have.
Right.
Those would be, if you wanted to tokenize it, it would be semi-fungible because there's a limited supply of them.
Okay.
Yeah, and they can be traded peer-to-peer.
Yeah, and I'm familiar with fungible token, what that is, like Monero or something like that. So those are the different degrees, huh?
Yes. And then the other thing that I wanted to show, and this is not quite related to Block Arcade, but it is a really cool upgrade for iWallet. Josh, you actually told me about this. What's going on with iWallet?
Yeah, so go up to the iWallet extension, and I noticed this before they even published it and put it out there, but I thought it was really cool. Look at this. You can already see your IRC20 token sitting in there, right in your iWallet extension.
They have LOL and ABCT.
Yeah, that's there by default. And it looks like you have some ticks, so let's add that token. Click on Add Token, type in ticks. Let's see if it finds it.
Boom, token added right away. Wow, that's very quick. So let's go back to my homepage and see if I can see my balance. There it is.
The balance right there. And check this out. If you go to Send and click on the drop-down list there, look, you can send those tokens. I've always felt that these browser extensions into the blockchain tokens are what they're a big thing that are going to help drive mass adoption. Like when I first saw MetaMask, I'm like, this is what's going to drive adoption because it's actually sitting in people's browser and allows them to access their money on the blockchain. And the way that IOST has built theirs and brought it up to speed so quickly, and you can already see your IRC20 tokens, like that's really good work. That's good tech.
And everything's lightning fast.
Yeah, like, right there.
That was so quick how fast it just read that ticks and knew exactly what to input. It doesn't have a picture yet, but Jason actually mentioned to me that he's doing a little rebrand of the logo and he's going to upload that. But I am very impressed with iWallet. If you don't know what tokens you have, so you don't know necessarily what ticker to put in to be able to actually display that in your iWallet extension, you can always head over to IOSTABC. We always basically recommend them as the block producer if you want to see basically who's yielding the most dividends for block production. You can go and look through here. I highly advise looking at this website. If you haven't checked it out yet, please go look at it. It's going to answer a ton of your questions. But basically, what you want to do is you want to go onto this website. You want to type in your account. And then once you go onto this account, you can look down here and see it shows my ticks. I now have 40 ticks. I'm not going to lie. Insiders, I'll give you a little inside information. I was playing Block Arcade for, I gave it 3 tries earlier. Did better than I did on the demo.
Did you win?
No. Oh. Jason's probably so upset at how bad I played. Every time I played, I did better than I did in that demo. I barely did. I just got nervous. I don't know what it was. But again, these are the tickers that if you input these right here on, after you go into iostabc.com and search your account name in the top right, head down here, look for tokens, and then input whatever this ticker is. If I want to see ES Evergold, I would just go into my iWallet extension and input ES Evergold, and it should show up right on iWallet. But speaking of mass adoption, we've got OnBlock who's ready to come onto the show. So we're going to take a quick pause from here, and we're going to do the interview with OnBlock, and then Josh and I will be back to talk a couple other little updates from inside IOST, and then we'll wrap up the show. How's it sound, Josh?
Sounds good.
All right. Okay, everyone, we are now on the line with Penny from OnBlock. We had an interview with OnBlock maybe a couple months ago. If you've been around our channel, if you're a true insider, you might have seen that. But now we've got a new representative from OnBlock. Her name is Penny, and she's going to blow your socks off. I'm telling you, this girl is really sharp. She knows exactly what's going on. Penny, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your position with OnBlock?
Sure. Hi, everyone. This is Penny from OnBlock. I'm currently in charge of the overseas marketing here at OnBlock, and I'm based in Beijing right now. Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Perfect. So we'll be in touch with Penny and OnBlock a lot. So if you join our Telegram, if you join their Telegram, you'll be able to get all the inside info and a bunch of updates. OnBlock, since we haven't talked to you guys in about 2 or 3 months, you've done a ton of stuff. You basically transformed your entire business model, and what you're showing kind of the IOST community is that you're really adapting to change and developing all these awesome new tools for the community. So why don't we start by talking a little bit about the exchange that you guys just launched? What is that all about? And what do you see for that kind of as you continue to build on that?
Yeah, sure. I think everyone is probably more familiar with OnBlock as an exchange platform now, but maybe a little of them just know OnBlock actually started as a dApp distribution platform. So what we first did was aiming to eliminate all the technical barriers for users to accessing dApps, so making much more easier for people to just register using a mobile number so they can just play dApps. But then we realized the public chain ecosystem is separated, and the services the exchanges provide is not comprehensive enough. So that's why we wanted to, so that's why OnBlock then upgraded into an exchange platform. So we want to provide our users a one-stop, service where they can play dApps and exchange their assets between chains. And then we recently just launched our pool as well, so they can smart invest in their cryptos as well. Yeah.
Excellent. And we're definitely going to touch on some of the things you guys have going on with OnBlock Pool. I know this Bermi and Emogi. You say Emogi, I pronounce it Emoji. What's the right way to pronounce that word?
I have no idea. I mean, whichever way everybody likes. I would, yeah, I say emoji, but I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll adopt the way you say it, and we'll call it Emogi from now on Inside IOST. So, I know that we do want to dive a little bit into how people can get their hands on that. I know you guys are doing an awesome little airdrop thing, so we will talk about that. But
Mhm.
I want to touch a little bit more on the exchange because inside IOST, we've been building a couple of tools on our website as well, mostly for the Western audience. We've done wallet creation, and we now have a little way to purchase IOST through our site. And one of the ideas that we were kicking around was this idea of an IRC20 exchange. Because there's other platforms out there like Iost, maybe you're familiar with it, has Nudex. And Nudex,
Mhm.
basically what it does for anybody out there that's watching that doesn't understand is they list all of the tokens that are built on the Iost platform. So you can swap in and out of them using Iost as your base. With IOST, nothing like that really existed for a while, but you guys now have trading pairs with IOST, IOFish, and LOL now. So this is very exciting. Is that your goal, is to kind of include all of the IOST tokens eventually?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, I LOL is not online now. It's gonna be officially online on the 15th this month. Yeah,
Okay, the 15th
yeah,
of August?
August, exactly.
Okay, I think
Mhm.
that's like maybe by the time this comes out in China, I think it'll be the 15th. So that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of volume that token gets with all the users using the Bermi app. I'm excited. We
Right.
talked about earlier in the show just how many users have downloaded that, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyway, moving on to the OnBlock pool. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what that is?
Okay, yeah. Unblock. Well, I was trying to answer your last question. So Unblock. So we did first supported the dApp ecosystem of IOST and launched, a couple of dApps like Crypto Ninja, IOST Play, and the Hero Rat. And then we supported the tokens inside the game, and we supported Evergold, and then iPlay, IET, and stuff like that. So users, they can swap their tokens like in our exchange, and now we are moving on. We are going to support more IRC20 tokens as well, and that's our goal. And then we're still negotiating and then talking with a couple projects and dApp team that, especially the ones that we already supported, and see if we can get them listed on the trading pairs, open the trading pairs on exchange. Yeah, that's our goal. So hopefully we can, launch all the IRC20 tokens on Block's exchange,
That's
right?
awesome. That's
And
very exciting.
yeah, and then going back to OnBlock Pool, right? Let me give everyone a little brief about OnBlock Pool. So with OnBlock Pool, users can simply just deposit LST to join and enjoy an average of a 20% annual rate of return, which is pretty high among all the LST pools. And interest are automatically calculated into the next day's voting, and they can basically withdraw at any time they want with no restrictions. And then a little bit statistics about OnBlock pool. Since the launch, the total amount of LST accumulated within the pool exceeded 30 million on the second day and went over 100 million, I believe, after half a month. And the number is still increasing. So I would say, the price, the crypto price is going up and down. And then to stake your cryptos in the pool would be a pretty smart investment, especially with all these events going on lately on OnBlock. You can get like a pretty stable and a high return with your cryptos. Yeah.
Right, right, and not only just the returns, but the ability for people to unstake immediately is a huge benefit that people were looking for a long time, because there is that 7-day grace period. Now, any of you insiders who are staked to Inside IOST node, I'm not telling you to go out and stake your vote for OnBlock and do the OnBlock pool, but if you are looking to have a little bit more flexibility with the way that you're voting and staking and unstaking, this is definitely an awesome alternative. So let's talk a little bit then about the LOL airdrop event, because people want to find out how they can get their hands on some of this new LOL Emogi token. What do they have to do in order to participate?
Yeah, sure. So we actually, as this interview is going on, so we actually have launched like couple Emogi related events on OnBlock, and then there's still like two or three going on, and about to finish within our day or two. But yeah, you can still join now and take away free LOL. It's really hard to pronounce it, LOL. Right. So ways to participate. So we got two events. One is invitation event where you can where we'll be giving out a total of 10 million LOL. So basically, you can register an account on OnBlock or log in your account on OnBlock. Log in your OnBlock account, and then you can get 188 LOL opening the box for the first time. And then with each successful invite, you can get an extra box with like a random LOL reward. So you invite more, you can get more. And the second event would be a deposit event. So basically, when you deposit USDT, you can get free LOL. And then we have a USDT net deposit leaderboard event coming along as well. So there are 3 rounds in total. The top 10 on the leaderboard will split 90,000 LOL according to the deposit amount. So 90,000 per day.
Wow.
That's going to be 20. Yeah. And then the rest users on the leaderboard will share a total of 10,000 per day. So a total, yeah, it's a pretty good reward. Yeah, so you can either invite your friends or deposit USDT. It's pretty simple, like 2 ways. You can find the guide on onblock.zendesk.com. There are like specific instructions on how to participate in these 2 events. Yeah, or you can join our Telegram group. Yeah.
Excellent. And just to clarify, USDT, that is that's Tether, correct?
USDT, it's just USD.
Oh, okay. So you guys, how do you do the deposit then? Can it be done right through your website?
Yeah, you can just it can be done through our exchange platform. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And you can use IOST to purchase that on your website as well?
Yeah.
Perfect. You guys made it easy. One of the things I did want to bring up, and I don't know, this might be a question that you aren't prepared for, so if you don't know, no big deal, but there were some rumors going around that you guys might be looking at a fiat to IOST or IOST token, derivative. There would be an on-ramp. Is that on the roadmap for you guys at all?
It is actually. I got this question prepared actually.
Oh, perfect.
We've been receiving a lot of requests from our community that everybody's asking for like a fiat on ramp. And we've been thinking about that. It's because we've been busy with so many things at this moment. We've been, launching all these events, and we've been, seeking new assets to be launched on our platform and stuff. So it's on our roadmap, and because it's definitely going to make it a lot easier for users to, to interact with the OnBlock exchange. But I just don't have an ETA for that right now.
Okay.
But we'll definitely release more details once we have it ready. And then, yeah, it would be great if we have fiat on ramp. It will make things a lot easier, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. We'll have to talk to you guys whenever you release that. Maybe we can get it integrated into our own website for some of our wallet signups on our site as well.
Sure.
So considering some of the other things that you guys have done, obviously you've come out with a lot this quarter. What else have you guys contributed so far for quarter 3 thus far? I think we're like halfway done already.
Yeah. Halfway. Yeah. So basically, right, Q3 is just the stuff that we went through just now. So we launched the Owlfish trading pair, and then we also launched the dApp. So you can play LST Fish in our platform on our dApp section, and we have supported Emogi, the Airdrop event, and then the couple related events as well. So that's pretty much that we did for LST community in this quarter. Yeah, so
Excellent.
far. And would definitely be, because we joined so we joined the Chinese meeting, the ICAC meeting, as well as the overseas meeting. So we'll be definitely interacting with the community, other partners, other nodes, and then to see if there are any other potential partnerships that we can bring more, excellent projects and assets on board. Yeah.
Right. And if I have a dApp token or I have an IOST or an IRC20 token and I run a dApp and I want to get in touch with you guys, where should I go to get in touch with you guys to try to get my token listed on the OnBlock exchange?
OnBlock exchange. Let me see. You can, so for, I would say Telegram or email, but we'll definitely, let me see. I think the website has a clear entrance, exactly tells people where to go. Right. But anyways, you can always, join our Telegram group and then ask your admins, and then they will forward whatever request to us, and then we'll process it right away. Yeah.
Perfect. And is there anything else that you guys want to share? I think we're going to wrap this interview up. Anything else you want to tell the Inside IOST community while we're on the line?
Oh, one thing I want to share with you is that we'll be releasing our community partner program very soon. The details are not finalized yet, but basically, as one of our community partners, you will be. We're expecting partners to help us, promote, and then you will be rewarded with our specific partner mechanisms. And then together, we hope we can have a lot more people joining us, to be part of OnBlock, and then we can together do something great. Yeah. So yeah, we'll be releasing more details on the community partner program once we have it ready.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Penny. You are an awesome ambassador for the brand. We look forward to staying in touch with you. You are officially an insider to IOST now. And and I hope that you guys have a wonderful night. It's morning here in the U.S., but of course, Beijing being on a 12-hour time difference, it's always a little bit difficult to, the communication, not just the language barrier, but the time difference. So we really appreciate you guys taking time to talk to us and talk to the Western audience. We're always trying to kind of bridge the gap, as we like to say. So, Penny, we appreciate it so much. And where can the people get more information about OnBlock? What is the website URL again?
The website. Oh yeah, it's onblock.me.
onblock.me. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. All right, Penny, thank you so much.
Thank you, Evan.
Yes. I am going to now teleport back into the office with Josh, and we're going to wrap up this episode of Inside IOST, and that'll be it. Thanks, folks.
Thank you, Evan. Thanks for having me here today. Thank you a lot.
All right, welcome back, Insiders. Well, we're going to wrap it up now, but wanted to give you some exciting news about future shows. We are going to be interviewing the IOST team, and they're going to be going over their roadmap with us. So make sure you tune in for that episode. We're excited to be talking with them and hearing about progress that they've made and also upcoming plans. It's really exciting stuff.
It is very exciting. A lot of people in the community were asking for that roadmap. They were waiting patiently, some impatiently, for that roadmap to come out. And we didn't want to quite dive into the details on this episode because we can't really do it justice. We're going to have the actual IOST team on next episode to go into any details that we want to talk about, so it's better that way. But if you do want to see some details about the IOST roadmap, I do suggest you go over to bitboycrypto.com. He has the entire IOST Back to the Moon plan roadmap.
To the moon.
He has the entire roadmap on his site. He's got his own little blurb about it, and then if you go down here, he's got his own video talking about it. And speaking of BitBoy Crypto, we're actually going to be on his show. Both myself, Josh, and Pete are all going to be in remotely onto BitBoy Crypto's show on Friday, so look out for that episode to come out. I don't know how quickly he turns around his shows. It's not going to be live, I don't think. Maybe it will be, I'm not sure. But we're really excited to talk about our tools and talk about Emogi is something I really want to talk about in Bermi and how much of an impact that can have kind of on the whole, IOST ecosystem. So I guess that's pretty much it. Look out for that. Look out for our next show with with IOST Foundation. Look out for our show with BitBoy. go onto our website, try out the widget, buy some IOST. Josh, what else should the people do out there?
Yeah, vote for Inside IOST.
Vote for Inside IOST.
On our website.
That's always the best thing you can do. We're always trying to provide tools, insight, information, explosions, awesome giveaways, everything that we can ever do to make things great in your life. That's what we do. I guess I'll wrap up the show then, right?
Let's wrap it up.
So, for Peter K., wherever he may be, for Josh Bryant, I am Evan Schindler. This is Inside IOST, and we will see you next time.